Welcome, everyone, to the Commentary Podcast. I am your host, Pat Brennan.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another weekly news recap. I'm here with my co-host Tony. I am your host, Pat Brennan. And Tony, it's almost Christmas time.
Hey, friend. Yeah, it's almost Christmas.
Are you
It's
excited?
almost that time of the year. Yeah, I'd say so. What about you?
Yeah, I always like this time of the year. Things start to wind down. Not release-wise, but other stuff tends to wind down work-wise. But we'll see.
Had fun
It's
watching Christmas Vacation with you and your cousin.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on for that. That was a great episode. I
It was
loved
a
that
fun
episode.
time.
We had a great
Absolutely.
time. I think Kevin had a great time too. If he's listening to
Yeah.
this, Kevin, hope you had a great time.
Yeah, can't wait to watch something with you again.
So I guess we could just kick it right off. Actually got some releases this week in theaters. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And I think the biggest one, first up, Avatar Fire and Ash, coming from 20th Century Studios, directed by Jimmy C. James Cameron, starring Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, Sigourney Weaver, Stephen Lang, Una Chaplin, Cliff Curtis, and Jack Champion. Now, we are seeing this tomorrow morning in IMAX 3D. We
Bright and
haven't seen it
early.
yet. We haven't seen it yet.
Nope.
We're excited. We're excited.
We are. We can at least talk about it a little bit going in before, you know?
Hmm. Yeah.
I watched a podcast episode with the production designers, Dylan Cole
Hmm.
and Ben Proctor. They were kind of speaking about like their work in like kind of expanding the film's intricate designs and
Hmm.
even the color palette. That I didn't even think about that going into Fire and Ash, the color palette being a little bit different. It was cool hearing them talk about the new designs and like the environments for Fire and Ash. It was really cool hearing about them talk about what they're passionate about.
And I saw the cinema score came out. It's an A, so there's still interest there.
There's an
I mean, I
A.
there's an A. It's not tracking as well. I know we don't like to really talk about box office a lot, but it's not
Mhm.
tracking as well as the previous two, obviously. I think
Yeah.
some people are kind of like, wait, there's another Avatar movie coming out? Because,
Yeah. I feel
but, this
like
is the longest one. I think this is 3 hours and like 15 or 3 hours and 20 minutes almost. So
mhm.
some people are kind of like, I don't, that's a long time to watch a movie. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's,
Even though we haven't seen this film yet, I mean, we can still talk about, I mean, Jimmy, of course. What a true testament to like 30 years of working on something that, I mean, he's had this idea since like the 80s, I'm pretty sure, right?
like 80s, early 90s. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he spent the last 30 years like working on innovating technology and telling this story, this really pretty story, and creating this world from scratch. I mean, he's given us all thrill and joy and excitement just from these films alone. And
Hmm.
he's talked a lot to interviewers and journalists in like the last week, leading up to the film, or one of his comments that he made that kind of just solidifies like where he's at with this film.
Hmm.
He said, I'm feeling fulfilled as an artist. And when those critical fans become filmmakers, they can make those types of decisions for themselves or just stay the fuck out of it. It's my decision, not yours, and it's none of your business. So he was responding to a comment about like the last 30 years of his career being validated by these films. But for me, I guess the sci-fi genre is always going to be misunderstood. Creators love to hate on this genre because it's like the kid who sits alone at the lunch table in high school. What they don't understand, why they don't like it, is because sci-fi has always been about fear of the future. I mean, Cameron has constantly talked about growing up during the Cuban Missile Crisis. Big history guy over there. It shattered this illusion for him and a bunch of other people that the world was a safe place, but it's not. And he
Yeah.
depicts this experience in every one of his films. And I feel like that's where people get a little bit like their feathers ruffled, especially like with
Hmm.
sci-fi and all of this like story elements like around surrounding death and loss, and it like sits
Hmm.
there. So I mean, I've seen a lot of creators kind of like air out their feelings about it, and I mean honestly it all falls flat in my ears. I'm gonna go see that fucking James Cameron film on Sunday at
Hmm.
9 a.m. no matter what.
No, I'm the same. I think he did have a couple comments the other day about Dune and how Denny wasn't recognized at all for directing those
Yeah.
films and how the Academy doesn't care about
Yeah.
sci-fi. Like they don't really care that much. And I mean, Avatar has been nominated. The past two have been nominated for Best Picture. He's been nominated for Best Director for the first one. And it's gonna get like obviously visual effects. Like that's a given. Like that's most likely already gonna win it. I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna get a Best Picture nom. It's the lowest quote unquote rated from critics of the three. It's the longest. But for me personally, this year on the pod, we've been doing the James Cameron director series, and I
Hmm.
think this is a perfect bookend to ending the year with another James Cameron film. We've just finished the series a few weeks ago. You were on that episode, great episode, and and I think it's a great cap to end the year. We close out James Cameron. Obviously, we're gonna probably do this episode next year when the 4K comes out and that collector's edition that we'll all pick up. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited. It's James Cameron, and people always try to count him out that he's kind of done with because he's only made these Avatar movies the last 30 years.
Hmm.
But like you said, he doesn't give a fuck. So he doesn't give a
Yeah.
shit. Like,
He said that, not me.
I mean,
No, it's
he's now a billionaire because of these movies. He doesn't care. Like he's like, I'm
yeah.
in creating technology, so
And then I also just think about how he has continued to craft this story while maintaining like the same talent. I mean, Sam, Zoe, Sigourney Weaver, Stephen Lang, adding Una Chaplin in there. He's given these people platforms to be creative
hmm
with their work. And I mean, you always see Zoe Saldana like really give him his flowers and like that. He's lifted her up to do other
hmm
things and everything. And then also with Sigourney, I know that a lot of people comment on her character being like a young girl, but she's like an older woman. But like they don't
hmm
really understand like the effort that goes into that. It's like warping your mind into like the mind of
Yeah.
a child. She often says in interviews like this is a kid performance. Like she's still in the mindset of like being a kid. It's just really cool. It's different.
hmm
And it's like that thing. Like I often think about like talking to people about like Alien and like they're like, oh no, those films are so weird for me. They're like they make me feel icky inside. Like sci-fi makes me feel icky. I think sci-fi is fucking cool and I don't care who
hmm
likes it or don't.
I'm the same, and it's just a thing where the Academy just they're changing, but they're still not there yet.
Yeah.
They don't recognize the horror, they don't recognize the sci-fi. It's those drama ones that they like. That's just how it is. It's how it's been for almost 100 years now, and people forget movies have only been around for like 115 years. Like it's not a
Yeah.
long form of like art. It's still growing and it will continue to grow and we'll see. But we have confirmed that there are two trailers that are officially attached to this.
Oh yeah?
One
What are
being
they, Pat?
Avengers Doomsday and the second being The Odyssey. Now I've heard stuff about both from people.
Yeah, it would have been nice to experience these together tomorrow, but
hmm
unfortunately, people don't know how to put their phones down whenever they go to the movies. And these came out on like
hmm
Monday or Tuesday. What did you think? Like, what did you think? I'm sure that we both watched them
Um,
at different points of the day, and we didn't
the
even talk to each
Odyssey
other about them.
Yeah, the Odyssey one I definitely saw and I was like, nope, I want to watch that when I'm seeing it in theaters. So
Same.
I saw some screen caps and I'm like, okay, that's fine. The Avengers Doomsday one, it is confirmed. It is confirmed that that is the teaser that is dropping. And from the
Uh,
reaction we've seen, some people say, especially our buddy Van, you could hear a pin drop. What is this? I'm really excited to see how both these trailers play before Avatar. Like I'm kind of like I kind of want to see how when Avengers starts playing. I just want to like look around the room and be like, you guys seen this shit?
Yeah. We're ripped of the experience from like our personal selves being
hmm
ripped. We still get to see this with others like around, and that's the part that we're excited the most about. We're excited to see
Yeah.
like what the person like in front of us or next to us is
Mhm.
thinking about this trailer. I mean, the only thing that like I've told my best friend Pat on all week was just that like they just made Captain America Sam Wilson at the beginning of the year and like
Yeah.
solidified him as the main Avenger. And
hmm
then they're ending the year in front of a Fire and Ash trailer with Steve Rogers will return. It's just so
Yeah. It's
confusing.
so confused.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on there. But the Odyssey trailer is playing, so
Yeah, no, the
we're
Odyssey trailer. We're
excited.
excited for that one.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
every
I'm
time I
just
saw like a screen cap for it, I was just like, fuck off. Like, I need to
yeah.
experience this for myself.
I know. So for both of us, Avengers Doomsday, we just want to hear the reaction in the room, and the Odyssey
Mm.
will be locked in for that trailer. Yeah, we'll be
Locked
seeing
in.
Avatar. It's gonna be great. 3 hour, 9 a.m. film. We're gonna do it in IMAX.
Morning coffee and Avatar. Let's fucking
I
go.
mean, honestly, no more can you need?
Hell yeah.
So that brings us to the next release of the week, and that is The Housemaid, coming from Lionsgate, directed by Paul Feig, starring Sydney Sweeney, aka Sydney Sweeney, Amanda Seyfried, and Brandon Skelnar. Now, I think we've talked about this movie a lot. over the
Speaking
few
of film
weeks.
score, it got a B.
Surprisingly, yeah.
Pretty okay.
I've heard Amanda Seyfried is the best part, really sells the movie. I've heard Sydney Sweeney is mixed on it, mixed a little reaction from her in it. But I mean, I kind of could see that a B being it, like people saying like this is a very like kind of campy type of movie. I don't really know what it's going for. Like it looks like it's supposed to be a comedy thriller, like because Paul Feig made A Simple Favor, and I feel like it's trying to go for that vibe. And I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. We haven't seen the movie, so I don't know. I could
Yeah.
be completely wrong, and
Yeah.
it's not. But it seems like it's going for that vibe. I liked A Simple Favor. I didn't really care for the second one. Another Simple Favor. A B score. It kind of has me intrigued to see what this is all about. What about
Yeah,
you?
like what is this? This is like a good study for like how much an actor can influence the long-term success of a film. I mean, we're on the other side of Christie. Unfortunately, it didn't perform well due to the climate
Mm.
that came out of the misconstrued American Eagle campaign that was from this year. I mean, several months back now, I think, but it's
Yeah, I
still
think it was in
just
like June or July that
yeah,
happened.
and it's
Yeah.
still like, just like right in front of our face. But I
Mm.
mean, sometimes it's situational, right? Like audiences aren't able to separate the art from the artist. They just kind of see Sydney Sweeney whenever they see a clip or a trailer from that right now. And
Hmm.
it's going to be interesting to see how this performs because I mean, not only is it like right next to Fire and Ash, there's just like all of this like other like political like controversy. Like, I mean, it's not even just coming out of Sydney Sweeney. I mean, Amanda Seyfried has been very vocal about what she feels about some of the events of this year. When they are getting interviewed for these, they're not even talking about the film. They're talking about
Yeah.
we've talked about this before. They're
Hmm.
and it's no fault to them. They're getting asked these things.
Yeah.
I mean, they're very imperative, hot button topics right now that you can't help but just take the bait.
Brendan Skownar has been rumored to be also Batman for a bit
Yeah,
now.
just
Uh,
from David Cornsweat following him on Instagram.
yeah. So, I mean, he's kind of blown up lately. He was in a Taylor Sheridan show on Paramount in 1923, I think, and then he
Yeah,
was in
drop. Wait, is it drop?
the
Was it drop?
yeah, he was in Drop. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, he was in Drop.
yeah.
Yeah,
I was
I
really
was
second
thinking of
guessing myself.
the Colleen Hoover one that came out with the whole controversy around that. He's also in that film, but he's been blown up. I don't think he's not a bad actor. He's for me, he kind of just blends in. Like he's kind of just a guy. It's like, oh, that guy looks like he would want to be an actor. No fault to him. He's just a good actor,
Yeah,
good
yeah.
looking dude,
I get what you
solid
mean.
actor. Yeah, that's The Housemaid. I don't know if we're gonna check it out right away, but we're interested. Paul Feig's not a bad director, but we'll see. We'll see.
We shall Sydney Sweeney.
We shall see. So that brings us to the next release of the week, and that is This Thing On, coming from Searchlight Pictures. It is directed by Bradley Cooper, starring Will Arnett, Laura Dern, Andrea Day, Bradley Cooper, and Amy Sedaris. Tony, are you excited for this? I'm actually kind of excited to watch this.
I would say so. For me, it's Laura Dern, just kind of like a
Hmm.
comfort character for me. I really love the projects that she's choosing right now, and always excited to see what she
And
does
Jay Kelly?
next. Yeah, yep. Now it'll come in a little bit later in the episode, but yeah. So it's drama comedy. Ella
Mm.
McKay underperformed. Anticipating this to do about the same.
Mm.
General audiences don't really seem to be into comedy drama right now in theaters, but at home streaming, oh, they love
Yeah.
them. So
Hmm.
it almost makes me feel like they could have sold it to Netflix. Like, so in my notes, I'm kind of like being a little jerk in my notes, and I feel bad for it. But if you smacked A24 logo on it, this would be a hit. It'd be a
Yeah.
solid hit. I hate to be that guy in the room that's like pointing this out, but someone has to, right? And I'm fine with being that guy. But if you smack the fucking A24 logo on it, people would be like, oh, I have to go see this Will Arnett film, and Laura Dern's in it too. Like, there's this different
Hmm.
excitement. I just don't like the direction of any of that at all. Like it just makes A24 feel like this designer logo. Like I think about like us in high school, like whenever we're like, oh, these are Walmart jeans. No, I want the American Eagle buckle jeans. Like
Yeah.
that's what we
They look
think about
exactly the same.
Searchlight. Yeah, but I mean, and then so another thing that I was gonna say about it was just like some people have been calling this Oscar bait for Cooper for like the entire year, but he has no control over the Academy liking him or not. They just like him, and he's just making films. I've seen this trailer multiple times because we have talked about this film multiple times, and every
Hmm.
time I like sit with it, I'm like, this sounds cool. There's not a lot of, I mean, modern films about a guy going through divorce that I'm trying to think about like at the top of my head right
Yeah.
now.
because you had Marriage Story, which Laura Dern won an Oscar for, but that was more of a movie about both of them going through
Hmm.
divorce and
Yeah.
not strictly on Will Arnett. Will Arnett also covered the script too.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see him in like a deeper tone. I
Hmm.
mean,
And
I'm
not
sure
just
he's
like any Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Will Arnett.
the Batman, Lego Batman
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Yeah. I like drama comedies, and openly and honestly speaking, I mean, I might not be able to get into a theater to see this, but I will for
Hmm.
sure whenever it comes on VOD, like run it and make
Hmm.
sure I'm running it before Oscar season, just in case, just in
Hmm.
case.
I mean, I'm excited to see Will Arnett in like kind of you said like a more serious role than he normally does. I mean, he's
Mm.
probably most known for Arrested Development and the voice of every car commercial, Reese's peanut butter cup commercial, Lego Batman. And
Yeah.
when people say like Bradley Cooper is his Oscar bait, I think we've talked about this before, is in people aren't making movies to win Academy Awards. Now, someone is going on a press tour right now that really wants to win an Academy Award. Movies, when you make them, you're like, you're not, "Oh, I can't wait to win 8 Oscars for this." I'm like, I hope someone watches it. It's probably your first comment.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
Bradley Cooper's been nominated for like, I don't know, 10 Academy Awards now. I don't even, the Academy likes him. And I think my hot take is this film might slide in over Avatar Fire and Ash to get a Best Picture nomination.
I'm in the same vein. I agree with you. I mean, there's just something about it, and there's something about an end of year drama that just sticks with you. We've seen shit like that happen before. We saw it in 2024. It's happened in the past.
Hmm.
It's kind of like that sleeper hit that people talk
Yeah.
about, and I'll be interested to see if this has the gusto to do that.
Like one last thing, having Ella McKay and this type of movie in a back-to-back week, it just feels very like early 90s and it's kind of nice to see. Now, they're not probably going to perform well. Ella McKay didn't, but it's nice to see them trying to do different things as opposed to franchises and IPs. So,
Yeah, I
yeah.
agree. Totally agree.
So that brings us to the last release of the week, and that is the SpongeBob movie Search for SquarePants, coming from Paramount, directed by Derek Drymon, starring Tom Kenny, Clancy Brown, Roger Bumpass, Bill Fagerback, Caroline Lawrence, and Mr. Lawrence. Now, Tony, what do you think of SpongeBob and the direction it's gone in the animation style? I think that's like the main question I had.
I like that there's SpongeBob still hanging
It's been
around for
around
all the
for
kids
almost
growing
30
up.
years now. He's been
Yeah,
around.
I like that that's still something that can be enjoyed by, kids that are growing up and getting to see
Hmm.
SpongeBob. Definitely the older episodes are a lot more fun
Hmm.
and enjoyable and lots of iconic lines and characters and looks and everything. Here recently though, it seems to be like very, maybe it's not hitting with us because we're, not the
Yeah.
demographic that they're going for, but if anything it's like a testament to the time that we're in. Like they know that these kids growing up aren't going to gravitate to the SpongeBob character or the story if it looks 2D.
Hmm.
It has to have a little bit of dimension in there. It has to
Yeah.
look a little bit more real in order for kids to ask their parents to go take them to see this weekend.
Hmm.
I think that's where it's coming from. For me, I mean, I'd rather just see like classic SpongeBob. You
Yeah,
know?
I think I'm the same way. I think I've told you before, like that first, like whatever the first 100 episodes are. Actually, I have the DVD box set of that because I think
Mm.
after that is when the original writers left. With these movies, it is still the original writers on them, and obviously you have
Mm-hmm.
this still the main cast that did all of the voices. Past those like first 100 episodes, I've never like watched a single SpongeBob episode after that. It's like
Same.
because I had
Same.
like OG air, like I think I had it on like the other day when I was like.
What's your favorite episode?
I mean, pizza delivery is iconic. Pizza delivery, rock bottom,
You know what mine
fantastic.
is?
What?
Band Geeks.
Van Geeks is great. With
Dude.
Squilliam, with the Squilliam.
Yeah. Whenever they're
Yeah,
playing in the
it's.
bowl.
I think for me, and I was talking to my one friend about this, Spencer. Shout out Spencer if you're listening. The animation style just, I don't know, it just like throws me off because, like you
Hmm.
said, us growing up with SpongeBob, that's 2D hand drawn animation, and him looking very 3D, it just doesn't do it for me. It takes me out of what I'm
Yeah.
watching. But again,
Yeah.
I'm sure someone listening to this is like, who cares, man? You're 33 years old. You shouldn't be watching SpongeBob SquarePants movie. But what if I want to watch it? All right. What if I want to
Yeah,
watch
yeah. What if we want to
it?
throw this on, man? I'm sure, like, even the animators, too, I'm sure they're the same
Mhm.
way. I'm sure they're just like, fuck, man. Like, I really loved making the stuff that we used to make because it was mainly story. It was performance based and story based, and that's what made it funny. And I'm sure
Mhm.
now they're like, man, like, I hate to transition this character into a different look and a different setting, because at the end of the day it is all about just like the iconic SpongeBob characters,
Yeah.
and that's what matters. But I mean, the way that a film looks, it, like, dictates whether or not people go to see it, and maybe this is how general audiences want to see their animation films right now,
Yeah.
which is meh, meh.
Yeah. I guess one last thing is, I mean, it's nice to have people that grew up with SpongeBob, like us. Like, I mean, we don't have kids, but people that do have kids that are our
Someday.
age, yeah,
Hmm.
the people that do have kids that are our age that are taking their kids to see this and be like, let them know, hey, SpongeBob was on the like started when I was a kid. Like I watched
Hmm.
SpongeBob. And it's nice to
Yeah.
see like you've got to have that like interaction with your own family. But I'm curious to see how this does. You still have Zootopia playing.
Hmm.
SpongeBob is a huge character, like one of the most iconic characters ever made for television.
Hmm.
But I'm curious to see how it does. I don't know. I did see there's one website I still look at, Roger Ebert's site that people still write for. They gave this 4 out of 4 stars. They said it was
Oh wow.
fantastic. So I had to do a
Nice.
double take, and I was like, wait, this has got 4 stars, and which kind of piqued my interest. I mean, it's only one review, but it kind of piqued my
Yeah.
interest. But we'll see.
No, I mean, you kind of just like changed how I feel about it a little bit. It is joyful to think about a dad taking their like 6-year-old kid to go see this and be like,
Hmm.
"Hey, like your dad used to watch this all the time." You're like, "What?
Hmm.
No way. That's
Yeah.
crazy." Like that's a very sweet moment. Yeah, like this film is here so people can have things to do during the holidays with their kids. And
Hmm.
that's what people don't get. Like, there's a big crowd of people that are like, "Oh, like, why another fucking SpongeBob movie? Like, give it up!" Like, no, guys, like
Yeah.
that's not what it's for. If that is how you feel about the film, then it's not for you, but it's for somebody
Hmm.
else. It's for a dad and a son who don't have like holiday plans, and like on
Hmm.
Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, they're gonna go see this SpongeBob movie, and that's fine. Like, let people
Hmm.
go see whatever the fuck they want to watch.
Hmm. Yeah, exactly. So that's the SpongeBob movie. If you want to see it, go watch it, or just go watch Rock Bottom. Best episode. So that brings us to the trailers of the week. There were quite a few that came out. First up, Stranger Things 5, Volume 2 trailer. Not going to go through the whole cast, but it comes out Christmas Day with the finale then on New Year's Eve. What'd you think of the new trailer?
We're just talking about this trailer that came out. It looked a lot better than the first half
Hmm.
of season 5, volume 1, if I'm going to be honest. What about you?
Yeah, I'd say the same. I still get this. I think they put a clip out too. I still get this vibe that no one wants to be there. I don't know what it is. It just seems like nobody wants to be there anymore.
They're
And
like
I
deadpan.
can't like shake it. I can't shake it. But I mean, it does look better than what we've seen. I think the
Hmm.
first part was very much a build up to what's coming.
Yeah. Which is
And these
like, what a
episodes are now
waste
going to
of
be longer.
time. What a
Yeah.
waste of time for us for Thanksgiving. If you guys knew that you only had 5 solid episodes, like, I don't know, you should have just released 2 on Christmas Eve, 3 on Christmas Day, 1 on New Year's Day or whatever. Well, New Year's
Yeah.
Eve, I think, is whenever. Yeah, the finale is on New Year's Eve. I'm saying this because both of us have to look it up each time we talk about the show. Both of us.
I
We
have no
have
idea
to
what it
look
is.
up that it's on New Year's Eve every fucking time. But no, and I was just gonna say, it was the Duffer Bros recently teased what the season finale held for fans on the Jimmy Fallon show. I don't know if you've seen this yet, Pat, but they teased what the finale was using Funko Pops on Jimmy Fallon's desk. So you got Will Byers in the middle of Henry and Vecna. I don't know what that's about. And then the most compelling thing for me was Steve Harrington. He was hanging on the edge of the desk, like halfway.
Mm,
And I was like, bro, are you about to kill my Steve?
I think they are. I think Steve's
They
going to
do?
die.
If they do, I'm never watching that show again.
But I think we talked
uh,
about it before. There needs to be some sort of weight to what they're doing. If you have everyone with plot armor, it's
hmm.
what's the weight? Their contrast to that argument is they could say this is technically like a kid's show. So, or kids or teen show. Like it's like a straight kid show. We don't want
Hmm.
these characters dying because we love them. And I mean, I don't write them, so they can do whatever they
Yeah.
want. So,
Yeah. 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 It's true. I mean, it's this feels like I don't know what's gonna happen, but something's gonna happen.
all I know is the episodes are getting longer. That's all I know.
Yep. Yep.
That's all I know. So that's
We're
Stranger
bitching, but
Things.
we will be watching.
We'll be watching Christmas Day. That's Stranger Things. I think it comes out at nighttime. I don't even think it comes out during the day.
No.
So that brings us to the next teaser that was released this week. It is Hokum, coming from Neon. Neon continuing to go. It is written and directed by Damian McCarthy, starring Adam Scott. Now, Tony, What'd you think of the show? It was only like a minute, right? It was like a little minute teaser.
Yeah, yeah, it's like a teaser. Of course, neon. It looks like neon. I will always remember Adam Scott from Parks and Rec, and I know that he's in Severance right now. I know that's where a
Hmm.
lot of people are like really giving him his praise for. But I remember Adam Scott just being this very like confused, like what guy? And I'm very interested to see him in a horror film. He's a writer in this, so that's gonna be
Hmm.
cool. I mean, horror movie about a writer. I mean, I think
Hmm.
about Stephen King. Seeing what's gonna happen in this film, it gave me a very weapons vibe slash
Osgood Perkins look.
yeah,
Hmm.
weapons slash Osgood Perkins. And we talked about it a couple episodes back about how these indie horror neon films are kind of attracting bigger talent. And we're talking about it a little bit later in the episode, but like even Scarlett Johansson is coming to horror with Mike Flanagan. Like I think actors, I think talents wanting to step out of their comfort zone, and that excites me a lot because that means
Hmm.
that they're going to be part of this bigger family, the horror family
Hmm.
that is just constantly growing by the masses, and I'm really excited.
Neon's interesting is a lot of their domestic stuff is just like straight horror, but then they'll
Mm-hmm.
buy every international movie. It's just
Yeah.
like
The
it's such an interesting
tearjerkers.
company. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like as obviously Adam Scott has had this like resurgence. He's a comedic actor. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you know him from Parks and Rec. I know him from Boy Meets World. Shout out to Griff Hawkins' character, first things he ever did. And then obviously with Severance, he's become like another like big TV guy again, and he's probably getting offers of more serious stuff and
Mm-hmm.
wanted to do a horror movie. And I don't know if he's ever done a horror movie. I'm sure he probably has. I feel like a lot of those actors growing up, you got to do like one horror movie here and there.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to see him not post, but during Severance now doing a movie. Like you'd
Mm-hmm.
think he'd just be doing more TV, and he's been in Big Little Lies, but yeah, he's gotten bigger. He's a lead actor now, so I'm interested. It's only a minute teaser. It did give me kind of a very, like you said, neon, like folky kind of horror vibe that like Osgood Perkins
Mm-hmm.
normally would put out. But yeah, I'm curious. So that brings us to the next trailer that was released this week, and that is Normal, coming from Magnolia Pictures, directed by Ben Wheatley, starring Bob Odenkirk, Henry Winkler, and Lena Headey. Now, did you get Nobody 3 vibes from this?
Yes, I did. This totally flips in the middle of the trailer, and I love that. I
Hmm.
love trailers like that. It totally changes. And if you got up to go like to the restroom and like the trailer started and like you just
Hmm.
zip back really quick, you're like, whoa, what the fuck was that? Like it totally
Yeah.
changed. I was immediately intrigued as soon as it flipped. I was like,
Hmm.
whoa, I'm in.
Hmm.
I
And
like trailers like that.
I could kind of see what that was what I was going for. But when it ended, I was like, so it's just Nobody 3. Like it's the same, like, which I'm fine with. I like the Nobody movies. The second one
Hmm.
was not as good as the first one, but it's I like them, and I love Bob Odenkirk and Ben
Yeah.
Wheatley. He's made a few
Dude,
like
something
action
about
comedy
him and a
movies.
mustache, just like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is, but I'm just like,
Because
I like it.
uh, Bob Odenkirk, he was in the first season of Fargo, and he was playing like a cop like that. So I was like,
Hmm.
oh, it's kind of just like that Fargo vibe. That then action happens, and Ben Wheatley's he's a pretty solid action director. He made a movie, Free Fire, I believe, with Cillian Murphy and Brie Larson. It came out like 10 years
Ooh,
ago. Kind of
that
like an
sounds
underrated
interesting.
movie.
Yeah.
I got a Nobody 3 vibe from the trailer,
Yeah.
which is fine, and I like Henry Winkler, Lena Headey, Bob
I
Odenkirk.
like how
So.
it's poised as like a drama at first. It's like you go into it like, oh, it's normal.
Mhm.
Oh, oh shit. Like,
The
whoa,
town of
someone just got
Normal.
shot in the freaking balls. Like, what the fuck? It's good. It's good. I'm excited.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe they'll change the title to Nobody 3 and we won't even know. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. So that brings us to our biggest trailer
Yep.
of the week. Of the year, maybe? Question mark?
I would say
It is
so.
it is Disclosure Day, coming from Amblin, directed by the Steven Spielberg, written by David Koepp. And Spielberg also came up with the story of it. And Janusz Kaminski obviously coming back. That Janusz lighting, that backlighting,
Kaminsky.
starring Emily Blunt, our boy Josh O'Connor, our other boy Coleman Domingo, Eve Houston, and Colin Firth. Now, Tony,
Pat.
great trailer, right?
Pat. Yeah, dude, we
Aliens?
freaked out so bad. This came out on what day was it? Like
I
Tuesday
think it
or
was like
something like
Tuesday, I
that.
think. Yeah, I guess Tuesday morning.
Dude, we were like texting each other like little girls. We were like, ah.
Yeah. Spielberg all caps.
Dude, Spielberg, all caps. I think I texted Pat. I was like, Spielberg trailer, Spielberg trailer, Spielberg trailer. I'm so excited for next year. It's just like we said, we're claiming the summer as Spielberg summer. We have to watch this together.
Oh
We
yeah.
have, yeah, we have to. Complimentary, of course. Got a lot of M. Night Shyamalan vibes. A lot of very
Signs.
far away shots from the animals, and the exteriors were really like jarring.
Mm,
It was like a little disorienting. And then, of course, that sound design of whatever audio we're hearing was so cool. I mean, it
hmm
reminded me of Oppenheimer whenever they did like the radioactive like
The
tests.
Geiger counter thing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
hmm
seeing Josh O'Connor in there with his little short haircut in a Spielberg film feels so unreal, so
hmm
unreal. I know that we don't make films for awards, but I will be interested to see his performance in here, and maybe he'll be able to, hit some solid awards on the circuit, say in 2027. Yeah, 2027.
hmm
We'll see. But yeah, and then you have Emily Blunt. I know she did a Smashing Machine this year, and she got
hmm
some flowers at the Golden Globe Awards for the
hmm
nominations. But it'll be exciting. I want to hear about what you think about the teaser and where you think it's going. What do you think is being disclosed on Disclosure Day?
From what I was getting from the teaser, I'm wondering if they are all actually aliens and they've been living there for a long time. And it's now a thing of, do we finally tell them that, hey, we've been here for a long time and aliens have always been here? I think it's great to see Spielberg going back to like a June, July blockbuster, like War of the Worlds. It gives me very obviously War of the Worlds vibes. You said
Yes.
like M. Night signs with the like crop circles and everything. And very like AI kind of vibe from him too, an artificial
Mm-hmm.
intelligence that he made
Yeah.
in like 2001 or 2000. It's a Spielberg, looks like an epic, stuff that we haven't seen from him in maybe 20 years.
Yeah.
Like that big blockbuster, you're like, oh, this is gonna be Aliens in the summer. Like, hell yeah,
Dude,
I'm gonna watch
I
that.
I got goosebumps whenever I was watching this. We put it on like around the same time, and then we talked about it after. I got that same like fear that was put in me from the fucking
hmm
dinosaur in Jurassic Park. And I
hmm
was like, "Oh yeah, he's going for it. He's wanting to scare people." And
hmm
whenever Spielberg is wanting to scare people is whenever he like fires off on all cylinders, and like this is going to be an event. It's going to
Oh
be an
yeah.
event. I mean, calling it Disclosure Day is very bold. I'm sure the marketing around it is going to be very centered around that date, and it'll be something that like a bunch of cinephiles like celebrate together. A good
hmm
Spielberg film in theaters during the summer. Jaws, you
hmm
know.
Yeah. I mean, he's the king of summer, and seeing Josh O'Connor in a huge blockbuster Spielberg film like
Mm-hmm.
this with basically
Yeah.
like a co-lead with Emily Blunt and having Coleman Domingo in here. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think it's gonna be. I know we have an episode probably coming a little like in the future about movies we're looking forward to, but I think this might be at the very, very top of next year. And Spielberg
Yeah.
is my favorite director. It's great to see Spielberg and guys like Scorsese and Ridley Scott. They're getting older, but they're still making movies. They haven't
Mm-hmm.
stopped. They don't want to stop because this is what they love. And seeing Spielberg go back to something he probably would have made 20 years ago is fucking awesome to see.
Yeah. I mean, these films have like a feeling around them, and the best way I can explain it is like excitement.
hmm
Feels like summer. Feels like
hmm
watching a movie with your best friend when you're like a little kid. But we're the age we are now, and we're getting excited about going to the movies in the summer. I mean, everybody's been arguing about, oh, these superhero films are going to be competing with each other, and GTA is coming out next year. Like, I really don't care about any of that stuff. I want to go see the fucking Spielberg.
hmm It's Spielberg summer for us.
Spielberg summer.
So that brings us to another trailer that was released this week, and that is called Jimmy, coming from Burns and Company, and is directed by Aaron Burns, and it stars KJ Apa as Jimmy Stewart. Tony, what did you think of this 2 minute teaser that they kind of put out, which movie that comes out in like a year. I don't know why they even dropped this right now.
It's very, very like early for it.
Yeah,
November. I wanted to throw this on as soon as I saw it because I mentioned it in the Christmas vacation
right
episode.
there.
We kind of talked about it a little bit.
He's right there.
Yeah.
That's
Uh,
Jimmy Stewart.
I see him. I see
He's
him.
right there.
Yeah, I wanted to throw it on because I knew of course, you are a classic film guy. You probably know a lot more than the modern casual that's in the movie theater right now about who this film is about. And I wanted to give
Hmm.
you the platform to just really say what you got to say and kind of take a step back.
Um, I'll first emphasize to KJ Appa, this is no shade to you.
Not at all.
Your
None at all.
the voice of it is pretty damn good. I'll give you that. It's pretty
Mm-hmm.
damn good. But when I have watched the trailer and you're sitting doing the voice and you're sitting across from Rob Riggle, it is hard for me, and no offense to Rob Riggle, but it's hard for me to get into it and not think this is an SNL skit. That you're just playing up Jimmy, like this is like a fake movie that would be on SNL, a 5 minute fake trailer about Jimmy Stewart. And I guess it goes back to, I guess, episodes we've talked about in the past of these biopics here. You clearly watch these, and this is maybe where that term Oscar bait comes from. He just, not him, but they just won an Oscar because he's playing Jimmy Stewart. I don't know. It seems like it's almost a slap in the face to Jimmy Stewart. The production value looks very low. It seems like KJ Appa's kind of playing a caricature of Jimmy Stewart. I don't know. I don't want to like rip too hard into it, but
Mm-hmm.
after I watched it, I kind of got like a sour taste in my mouth of like I'm wondering if like Jimmy Stewart's family had anything to even do with it. And if
Mm-hmm.
they did, and then they watched that, I'd be like, I don't know. Like this just doesn't do it for me. It feels like a fake thing, someone just playing Jimmy Stewart to play Jimmy Stewart and say that I can do the voice of Jimmy Stewart. I should play him.
Would you say it's kind of a little prickly after this trailer, like hitting you like a thorn on your side because of what you know James Stewart contributed to classic cinema?
Yeah, it feels like it's kind of like I guess it goes along the lines of like I said, it's almost like a slap in the face. This is the what you're putting out. If you're like Jimmy Stewart's one of the most famous actors of all time.
Mm-hmm.
In one of the most during Christmas time right now. It's a Wonderful Life. Like he had come, that's his first post-war movie that he was in. He did fight in World War II, and that was the first movie he came back, and he didn't know if he still had it as an actor. He thought he's like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm a very good actor anymore. I was just in the war. I
Mm-hmm.
have PTSD from everything, and it's a thing where it's almost you're questioning just why. Like, why are we making this?
I think the best way that I can describe the way that you're feeling, and like for our listeners as well, who maybe isn't very familiar or well versed with James Stewart, think about the biopic. Think about Michael Jackson, that recent
Springsteen
trailer
just
that
came
just
out.
came out.
Bruce
Yeah,
Springsteen,
Springsteen. Think about how there wasn't really like the Michael trailer came out, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's Michael Jackson." Oh yeah, it looks like
hmm
they handled it pretty well. We're all
hmm
fans. We love him, and we'll go see that. Right? Looks okay. It cleared that line. You have Pat here, who is like a very big fan of classic cinema, and he's like, "No, I don't know about that." It kind of gives me a little bit pause because think about people older than Pat who love Turner Classic Movies or classic cinema. Think about how they feel. They're probably really, really like
hmm
turned off by this, or like that looks like a Lifetime movie. I'm not watching that.
It almost makes you want to talk to someone at TCM and like on the side, off the record, and be like, "Hey, what'd you
What
think
do
of
you think?
that?
Yeah,
What'd you think of that?"
yeah, yeah,
And have their honest opinion. And I'm sure they
yeah,
would most likely probably say the same thing that I just said. And
yeah.
but again, it's no fault to KJ Appa. I'm glad to see
Not at
that
all.
like Riverdale cast just doing stuff that's not
Mm-hmm.
like TV. They're kind of all in movies now, and
Mm-hmm.
it's good to see. But yeah, I'm not a fan, is what I'll say. Not a fan of what I saw. It almost felt like you said, like it's like a thorn in your side and a sour taste in your mouth of seeing that. And
Yeah.
so that brings us to the next teaser that was released this week, and it is Digger, coming from Warner Brothers, directed by Alejandro Iñárritu, starring the Tom Cruise, no longer in those big budget Top Gun, coming back down to Magnolia. I mean, it was only like 60-second teaser of
Mm-hmm.
kind of you didn't even really see him. He was just seeing he's like dancing around, and
It
it's
looked
more of
like
like
he
a
was
like an announcement.
yeah, yeah, like an announcement. It looked like he
Mhm.
was wearing a prosthetic on his nose, huh, Pat?
It did, yeah. It looked like he was even like his whole face seemed like it was all prosthetic. So, and maybe
Yeah,
that's what they don't
yeah.
want you to see his face right now. So,
It built like this aura around it. Did you
hmm
see the movie poster for it too?
hmm
Looked like a classic film one, kind of like
hmm
that. Yeah, yeah. Everybody's excited about this one. It's everywhere. It's
And
literally
I
everywhere.
was what was Inarritu's last movie? Was it?
Mm,
I'll say it is nice to see Cruise. I think he knows that big blockbuster Mission Impossible now he's done with. I think he's going to be in Top Gun 3, but some of the movies that he was going to be in, Bardo, which I think was a Netflix movie. This is like his first big movie since The Revenant, that came out like 11 years post that.
I think it's time to let Tom Cruise have fun, guys. And whatever
hmm
happens, happens. And if he's gonna make films either way, he knows his power that he contributes to the theatrical environment, whether it's something for you or it's not. He can still make movies, and it's
Yeah.
kind of cool to see Tom Cruise doing something that's outside of a franchise.
Like he's going back to that early 2000s when in late 90s he did Magnolia, he's in Vanilla Sky, Collateral.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing other stuff that wasn't, I mean, he was doing like Mission Impossible during that time, but
Mm-hmm.
he was working with Spielberg with Minority Report. Like he was doing other stuff that wasn't franchises, and it's nice to see like this is how he's going to end his career. And it's nice to see him going to do these more auteur works, as they say. It's nice to see him do that. But it seemed like it's just an announcement. I'm sure there's going to be a trailer in the next like 4 months, but piqued my interest. Tom Cruise, maybe an Academy Award nominee next year. We'll see.
Mr. Movies.
So that brings us to the last trailer that was released this week, and it actually was a surprising trailer for both of us, I think. That is The Sheep Detectives, coming from Amazon and MGM, directed by Kyle Balda, starring an incredibly stacked cast here. Stars Hugh Jackman, Emma Thompson, Nicholas Braun, Nicholas Galitzine, Molly Gordon, Hung Chow, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Bryan Cranston, Chris O'Dowd, Regina Hall, Patrick Stewart, Bella Ramsey, Brett Goldstein, and Reese Darby. Now, Tony, what did you think when you pressed play on this trailer?
You actually heard my reaction because we were about to
I
watch a
did.
movie, and I was like, I need to watch this last one before we record this weekend. I don't know what it is about this. I mean, I saw Kyle Balda's like filmography like after I watched the trailer, but dude, something about this one is like very, very heartwarming, but also at the same time just looks fucking fun. Like
hmm
I'm so excited. I don't know why it looks so fun. Dude,
It's
thinking
like,
about it just kind of makes me excited. I mean, Kyle Balda did the Minions and the Lorax. Just kind of watching like the story, it just looks so fucking cute.
mhm.
What about
And
you?
coming from like the, because we just watched Wake Up Dead Man, which we both loved. I think I was telling you, like I love those who done it kind of where they have to solve crimes, and I don't know if this was a book or not. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
But when I watch trailers like this, I'm like, how high do you think they were? They're like, guys, what if someone gets murdered and we have to have sheep solve the crime? Like,
We won't spoil the guys. If you have not seen the trailer
please
for
go
this
watch this
yet,
trailer.
please go watch the Sheep Detectives trailer. I don't know what it is about this specific trailer, and that's because like both Pat and I like watch a bunch of different like types of things, but this one just like really just hit us good. We were like,
I'm
I'm
like,
so excited.
at first I was like, what is going on? And then like towards the end, I was like, I'm kind of on board for this. Like,
I
I'm gonna
would.
be there opening weekend.
I
Watch this
told you, I was
shit.
like, dude, I'm so in. I'm so in. I mean, the big cast is, very cool. And then seeing the guy from Succession, like being the lead investigator on it,
hmm
it just looks fun. I know that a lot of stuff happens in post and like they'll kind of clean up some things
Yeah.
that isn't well received, and I'm specifically referencing the entire internet bullying Sonic. If they just left
hmm
this film as it was right now, please give it to me because it
Yeah.
looks so fucking fun.
Yeah. Yeah, like I think people are gonna have issues with the CGI
I
of
don't
the
care,
sheep.
dude.
But
I
again,
don't
I don't
fucking care.
care. I don't give a I don't care. Like they're gonna be solving crimes. And hey, if this does well, give me like 10 of these. The sheep detectives solving like farm crimes.
Dude, we're
Like,
so locked in on Sheep Detectives. Like,
will it enter our top 10 most anticipated? I don't know. It
I
might.
don't know.
It's a great way to one of our last trailers of the year, watching the Sheep Detectives and just having
Yeah.
a great laugh. This looks great. I can't wait. And it seems like everyone's in on the bit of what they're doing in the trailer.
Yeah.
Like everyone's in
Yeah.
on it. And yeah, I don't know. I'm getting more excited the more I talk about it. I can't wait for this to come out. So that brings us to the news of the week. Not a lot of news, but one big thing that did happen this week was that Rob Reiner tragically passed away. I think last Sunday. I just wanted to talk about his work for a bit
Yeah.
and how impactful his 80s to early 90s run was, especially for a lot of people growing up, for me and you growing up,
Yep.
starting with This Is Spinal Tap, The Sure Thing, Stand By Me, which I think is probably the best film that he's ever made, Princess Bride, When Harry Met Sally, Misery, and A Few Good Men. I mean, very few directors have a run like that. An impact on people growing up in that era. I mean, I didn't watch all these films until the 90s, but it's an incredible run. And it's a tragic way that he passed. I don't want to go into how he passed, but it's caused me to really want to go back and rewatch all of those movies in the order that they came out. And I think they're going to hit different, especially a lot of people watch When Harry Met Sally at the end of the year, ends on New Year's, and people are going to be very emotional, I think. And he was a
Mm-hmm.
big, impactful person in the 80s and changing American film, and he'll be missed. He'll be missed.
Yeah, I wanted to throw this on our episode because I was speaking with a friend about this earlier this week about how, in light of something tragic happening, we often revisit somebody's career and kind of hold it with a lot more weight than what we did when they were alive. Something special about Stand By Me, specifically for me, has always just been one that, like, I can't even think about that movie without like getting emotional. It's because of River Phoenix, how that story's told in that film. I mean, you see it all the time on social media. Like Stephen King, like, was getting up and he was shaking and he left the theater and then he came back in and told Rob that that was like the most beautiful depiction of one of his stories and like the
Hmm.
best coming of age movie ever. That's my link to Rob Reiner.
Hmm.
There's so many different links out there, and that's beautiful. It's been a very tough year and a very tough week as we're just getting ready to bring in the new year, and it was just Sunday was really really weird. It was a really weird day or night, I should say. Just being able to talk about what films that we both enjoyed growing up together, and they would never have been made or possible if Rob Reiner, didn't make them.
I know a lot of his movies are probably trending now on all these social media platforms and streaming platforms. I'm sure they're being bought. I think Stand By Me 4K was around. I think it's sold out right now. I think a lot of
Mm.
people went out and they wanted to watch it again and they bought it.
Mm-hmm.
It's always like weird to say, but I know Turner Classic Movies is gonna have a nice tribute probably in January when
Mm-hmm.
they'll do a whole night dedicated to Rob Reiner, and I'm sure they'll play a lot of the movies that I just mentioned. And they
Mm-hmm.
always do fantastic tributes to people that are lost and had huge impact on film. And it's very sad. It's very sad how he passed. That run in the 80s, early 90s will be considered one of the greatest runs of all time from a director, and he'll always be remembered with those movies. And they're very impactful to a lot of us growing up.
And now here on the Commentary Podcast.
Maybe we'll hit some of those in the future. You'll hear our thoughts crying watching Stand By Me. So
I'm telling you, I will not be able to make it.
So that brings us to another piece of news this week. Big piece of news in the physical media world, and that is Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon will be joining the Criterion Collection. It's a big thing. Big, big thing.
Hell yes.
Finally getting a release of it, a physical release.
Dude, I've been dying for this one. Dying for
Hmm.
this one. If any of our listeners have not seen Killers of the Flower Moon because of the runtime or because of how it's talked about amongst critics and film communities, put all that to the side and go watch this film. Go rent it
Hmm.
for the holiday season. I mean, it's a hard one, but it's an important one. Watch this movie because you want to watch it, not because someone told you, like, oh, I wasn't really a big fan of that one. This is a really cool film to experience, and thinking about having a criterion of this in the future if it doesn't sell out right away.
Yeah. Oh, it will. It'll sell right away.
Thinking about having a physical of this one is gonna be super awesome. I
Hmm.
can't fucking wait. I mean, It is technically an Apple TV film, but it is still very important. I was gonna ask you, did you see Killers of the Flower Moon in theaters?
I did. I actually was lucky enough to see it in theaters, and it came
Mm-hmm.
out the same year as Oppenheimer. And I feel like if this had come out either the year before or the year after, it would have probably swept the Academy Awards. It's tough going up against the juggernaut of Oppenheimer. But this is an incredible film. I'm glad it's getting a physical release. Scorsese is a major part of that, as in, I think he wants this to not be a strictly streaming platform. And it's nice to see that Apple is willing to give it a physical release and
Mm-hmm.
not have it strictly on their streaming service where
And be
it's
selfish.
probably it's probably buried on there. Like you kind of have to
Mm-hmm.
scroll for a little bit. But I was incredibly excited. I know we were texting when it came out. And we were like, "Holy shit, it's finally actually
Mm-hmm.
happening."
I mean, I wanted to ask you in real time, how fucking pissed were you whenever
Yeah.
you left that theater? I mean, you're a big history guy. So I
Hmm.
wanted to ask just how full of rage you were after Killers of the Flower
Yeah.
Moon.
I mean, it doesn't shy away from actual history. And I think there is a documentary about that final shot that they have. Like Scorsese
Mm-hmm.
talks about like that why we have that as the final shot, and it's about what happened. And he has an iconic line in it where he says, "And there was no mention of the murders." And I remember being in the theater, and it was just a pin drop. As in, they don't shy away, and it's an incredibly important film. And I know some people don't like seeing these types of films, but they are important, but they don't want to believe what American history is. And that's why these movies get physical releases, is that some people that don't even know this movie exists can watch it and be like, holy shit, I didn't know any of that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's cool to see. It's just like we said, it's cool to see Apple TV not be selfish with one of their films that is
Hmm.
very important. I am firing at Disney right now, being selfish as fuck with the Barbarian physical.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, this is cool. This is awesome. I'm excited. I'm gonna try to get one, but I might not.
I think I'm gonna wait
Be
till
sold out
the July
till the
sale,
sale.
but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll sell out immediately, but they'll put it. They know that people are waiting for this. So that brings us to another piece of news this week. Speaking of Disney, and that is Beauty and the Beast live action spinoff. Gaston is in the works. And I think it goes back to what we've been talking about for a while, as in,
Your big breath in.
like,
You took a big breath in, guys, before you started
yeah,
talking.
I think they are green lighting this because of how well Lilo and Stitch did. And I think Moana 2 is probably going to do not Moana 2, Moana live action is going to do very, very
Wait,
well.
which one? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Moana 3, I don't even know at this point. I don't know. I don't know what to do with this
Same. I
information.
mean, I don't know. I mean, guess Gaston. I mean, he's famously handsome and big hairy
Hmm.
chest, like that whole sequence of in
In the
the
pub or
little
whatever.
pub.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. You either go real rated G or PG. Like I'm thinking Shrek. You
Yeah.
know, that kind of sense of humor. I think it might lean more that way and
Hmm.
kind of be a little bit more like a Shrek in the vein of Shrek comedy. If they go that way, yes. If it goes the rated G route and it's just a guy, just big buff actor being all clumsy, yeah, clumsy
Hmm.
and doing a bunch of stuff prior to meeting Belle. I don't know.
Yeah. I think they're probably going to lean into it being like an origin story of how he became Gaston. And you're kind of just
Mm,
I don't need to know why yeah, I don't need to know that information, but I don't know. I don't make these decisions. It seems like with success of some live action recently,
mm-hmm.
adaptations, they're going to start probably trying to lean back into that. I think there's been some Tangled news this week, but I didn't really want to talk about live action stuff too much. But it seems like
Yeah,
they're leaning back into it, and we'll see. I don't know. We'll
I
see.
mean, them leaning back into it kind of makes me want to call out some things that, I mean, I'm not a filmmaker and I'm not a writer for any studio or anything like that at all whatsoever. But if we're going to be doing shit like this, then if I were lucky enough to be on that creative team, I would want to do a Mulan musical live action and
Properly.
do it properly. I would want to do that. I would want to, there's another one that I was going to say if you're gonna do these, go all the way. Go
Hmm.
all the way. Do it for the people that you're claiming you're doing it for, which is yes, kids, of course, but you're trying to get millennials back into theaters. with
Yeah.
these characters that we grew up with. Do Hercules.
Yeah.
There's so many things that they could be doing right now, but a Gaston live action.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't
we'll
know.
move on. We'll move on. I just,
I think we're on the same page. I think we're on the same
yeah.
page. So that brings us to another piece of news this week, and we have an update regarding the Warner Brothers Paramount Netflix whole ordeal, and that is Warner Brothers will be rejecting Paramount's offer of going around them into the shareholders. Shareholders will be rejecting it. They see their existing agreement with Netflix as a greater offer and value and certainty and terms. So it seems like they will be officially accepting the Netflix offer. So now we wait and see what happens. I still don't think this is going to go through, but we wait and see. I think I went to Netflix's online. If you try to go to like the login page, they've already kind of put up Harry Potter in there. They're ready to go. Create your Netflix account now. We're eventually going to have Harry Potter in here. So they're gearing up for it.
If you didn't listen last week, we told our listeners that you probably wouldn't see anything significantly change to your streaming habits until Q3 of next year, which is like the later part of next year.
So again, I feel like every week there's a new piece of information. So we'll keep trying to update you as we go along, but it's going to be a year-long thing. So we'll see. We'll see. But speaking of Warner Brothers, there's also a little piece of news which was kind of surprising to me, but they are starting a new contemporary film label led by former Neon employees. The label will develop 2 to 3 films a year that are low budgeted global theatrical releases with innovative marketing campaigns, which is interesting that they're doing this during a buyout sale with former Neon employees. I think they're trying to maybe tap that market that they know that Neon has found that no one else wants to sell their movies
I think
to
they're
any
trying
other
to do
company.
they're still trying to do business in that first conference room while all this
Mhm.
other shit's going on in
Yeah.
the back of house.
It's
That's
like
all
it's like
I
the meme
mean.
of Naked Gun where the building's on fire, but they're like, nobody panic. We're
Yeah.
trying
Yeah,
to
nobody
figure.
panic. We're still doing business here. There's still you want a coffee? I mean, yeah, let's talk about what films you want to make. And then
Yeah.
like meanwhile in the back it's like, "Ah!"
People just screaming and running around. I kind of had to do a double take when I saw it. I was like, that's
Mm,
interesting. It's almost like they're putting this news out to kind of be like, we're still making theatrical movies, guys. Don't worry. Like,
we still care about movies.
yeah, we still care. And it was interesting that when they said former Neon employees, I kind of knew, oh, you're going that
Hmm.
A24 Neon. You
Yeah.
like focus, you want to be that smaller company that makes those Oscar movies. And we'll see what happens with that. I assume that would be obviously part of the sale. So maybe that's something that Netflix wants them to do. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either.
We're just gonna say, I don't know, and move
I
on. And move
don't
on. And move
know.
on. So that brings us to another piece of news this week, and that is Jacoby Jupe, recently starring in Hamnet, has joined Scarlett Johansson and Mike Flanagan's The Exorcist. And when I saw this information, I said, I wonder if they're doing a gender swap, and now it's a boy who is now possessed, as opposed to the OG, which was a girl that was possessed. Thoughts?
They're doing initial photography in New York City in March. Once I see that, I'll have some solid ones. I've been sitting with this news about ScarJo going to another franchise and being in a very strong horror-based entity. You know, The Exorcist. I'm really
Hmm.
excited. Jacoby Jupe from Hamnet, emotional performance. Exorcist, very physical acting.
Hmm.
You see where I'm
Yeah.
going?
Hmm.
I think you're right. I think I'm trying to think of her name right now. I think I definitely see that going down that route. Flanagan, man, I'm excited. I would love to pick his brain and see where he's going with that.
Curious to see who he's going to be having play the Max von Sydow character coming in, the priest. If you have ScarJo, I think you're going to get a big actor in there. So,
Bro, imagine if it's Josh O'Connor. Another
but Josh
priest.
O'Connor from Wake Up Dead Man is just that character again.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's just him.
It seems like you said they're gearing up for principal photography, starting to shoot early next year. So casting will be coming as we go, like Flanagan's The Exorcist. It's coming. So that brings us to another piece of news that was released this week, and that is the Oscars shortlist in some categories have come out. And I guess we just chose a few categories we wanted to talk about. First up, casting shortlist was announced, and I think it's pretty safe to say I put down Sinners and One Battle After Another, and I
Whoa,
think
I
you
did
did
too.
too. I think you did too.
Just tell me your films in these categories. I'll be like, well, me too.
And this is the first time that casting has an Oscar up for
Hmm.
casting, and I think these are the two frontrunners. I think it's leaning towards Sinners, in my opinion.
Okay.
What about you? What
Okay.
do you think?
I put One Battle first, man.
Oh,
Ooh,
we're
we're already
we're going
fighting.
against. We're going
All right.
against.
We'll see on the I'll see you on the other side, dude.
With these short lists, obviously you get like 15 movies that are in them, and I think Wicked for
Yeah.
Good was in this, and you kind of can write those.
No
It's
comment.
interesting to have like Wicked for Good when it's a sequel of a movie that's already existed. So it's like it's the same cast, so you didn't really add
Yeah.
anybody. Like you're just it's the same thing. But I don't think that stands. I think it's between these two, and I guess we're opposites of who's gonna win.
What did you have for cinematography?
So for cinematography, I put Sinners, One Battle After Another, and then Train Dreams as
Oh,
the front three.
nice. Very
I think
cool.
Sinners is gonna have this one as well. Again, I've been eating my words the last few weeks that Sinners is a very big play here, and I'm changing my tune. What about you?
I also have Sinners first, so we're good there. I also put One Battle After Another. I'm really excited for this Oscar season. It's going to be just a lot of fun, and whatever wins, wins, and it's not going to be like something that we have an argument over or anything like that. It's just like these films are getting their flowers right now, and we're focused on the right things. And so,
Hmm.
honestly, the Academy seems to be focused on the right things as well. I'm very,
Yeah.
very excited. What about international feature?
For international feature, I have It Was Just an Accident. I think is for me. I think that's the front runner. I think that's going to be also a Best Picture nom. The Secret Agent in there as well, which very well could also be a Best Picture nom. Sentimental
Mm-hmm.
Value could also be
Yeah,
a Best Picture nom. And No
yeah,
Other Choice,
yeah.
all in there, all neon. I think all these movies are gonna very well could all be Best Picture nominees. And Was Just an Accident is gonna play very well at the Oscars. I think it's gonna get a Best Director nom. I haven't seen it yet. We both haven't seen it. I haven't seen any of these. I'm
Mm-hmm.
really excited to see them, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm excited to watch these with you too. I'm really excited. The one that I wanted to talk about and bring up to you, just being the horror guy out of us, the makeup and hairstyling category. This is her debut feature, and she got on an Oscar shortlist. We're talking about The Ugly Stepsister. I've been telling you about this all week and freaking out. To
Great
be in your
accomplishment.
element, yeah, what an
Mhm.
accomplishment. Like this alone, like what a win for horror already. And we're not even
Yeah.
at the Oscars yet. I mean, I
Mm.
just, whew, I'm so excited for this
Mm.
filmmaker. It was her debut feature. Big risks pay off, and
Mhm.
I'm excited for her.
It'd be awesome if it actually got the nom. It's great to see it on the short list. And I saw
Mm-hmm.
Frankenstein's also was also on the short list,
Yep.
so
Yep.
they're leaning into that. Like not Nosferatu, I think got a nom last year as well for makeup
Yeah.
and hairstyling.
They're not
So
turning their nose up to
they're
it.
not, yeah, they realize the effort and talent that goes into these, and it's great. You had the Substance win last year for that,
Mm-hmm.
and it's great to see. I had it on here too, and I had Frankenstein and Sinners. I think Sinners, One Battle After Another are your two front runners. They're going to be nominated in a lot of categories. But for music, curious to see your top ones were.
My top ones were going third, second, and first. Train Dreams, One Battle After Another, and Sinners.
I had One Battle After Another, Sinners, and then Hamnet. I think Max Richter is going to get
Oh,
that nom. I think he's going to get that nom.
nice.
The more I think about it, I think Sinners is going to win. But I would nice to see Johnny Greenwood get an Oscar for One
Oh
Battle After
yeah, I
Another.
mean one battle. That's either way I'm good.
Yeah,
Either way
I
I'm
think
good.
I think there's. I mean, those are 100%. They're all going to get now trained. Like they're all going to get. I think nominated. Just
Hmm.
who's going to win? I think once they start doing a lot of those, they call them below the line categories, and you start to see who's winning a lot, you might see, okay, I think I know where this is going here. It's either going to be Sinners or One Battle After Another. So we'll see. We'll see. And for the final one we're going to talk about is visual effects. And I have down Avatar Fire and Ash as probably winning it. What about you?
I have Frankenstein.
Oh,
I
ooh,
have
okay.
Frankenstein. I see something in this film that is making me really excited for where horror is going, and I have a good feeling about it. I also did
Hmm.
notice that there weren't any Marvel films or superhero
Yeah.
films in general from this year in this
First time
category.
for a long time, I would say. The Electric State weirdly made that short list. I don't think it's going to be nominated, but
I've heard that
I'm
film looks
sure.
good, but is not good.
Yeah, I'm sure Netflix was a little happy with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like going back to the makeup and hairstyling category. It's nice to see horror get some love in these categories. Now, these aren't the noms. These are just of these nominees here or these shortlists. The noms will be in here and it's just a few categories so far. But sure, next week or the week after, you'll see the bigger category shortlist come out, and I'm sure maybe we'll have our thoughts then. But
Yeah.
yeah, Academy Awards noms are in like a month. So that brings us to another piece of news about the Academy Awards, and that is starting in 2029. The Oscars will officially be streamed on YouTube. Do you have any thoughts on this? They're moving away from ABC, no longer being on broadcast television.
The Oscars have been on ABC/Disney or whatever since 1976, Pat.
Hmm.
Since
Long time.
1976.
Long time.
It's sometimes, guys, sometimes it's okay to fight for things for the sake of keeping them. And I think that they should have kept it because where we're heading in 2029 is an award for Best Picture goes to insert Ozempic ad.
Yeah, Domino's Pizza is now $7.99 worldwide.
You see this guy go, "Oh fuck!" Like it's like you had to
God
get
damn, where's my
YouTube Premium
remote?
to get out of
Where's
ads.
my
Yeah.
remote?
Damn it, rewind it. Yeah, it was just. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean they didn't fight for it, so it is what it is.
Yeah, it's interesting that I think with the success of they're no longer called SAG Awards, I think they're just called the actors now that have been on Netflix for the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
They have no time limit of they
Mm-hmm.
can go for however long they want. You can curse and you can air
Mm-hmm.
it. They don't really play anyone off. They're allowed to give. I mean, I don't think anyone's going to be an asshole and give a 25-minute speech, but I don't. Maybe you can. And I think with them moving to YouTube, YouTube is a massive platform. Everybody watches YouTube. And if you want to have a streamed 4.5 hour Academy Awards, and if you want to watch it and you don't, maybe they see this as the market now. And kids aren't watching linear television, they're watching YouTube. And maybe they realize that this is the market, we need to go. And I don't know, it's 4 years away, so we'll see. I had a feeling
We'll
this was
see if we're
eventually
even
coming.
around in 2029.
Yeah, well, it's true. I don't know what's going to be happening then, but
I'm just kidding, guys.
eventually, yeah, I thought eventually this was going to happen. And yeah,
Yeah.
it seems that the Academy Awards want to transition to more of a streaming thing. And I'm
Yeah.
not surprised, but it's an end of an era, I guess, for Disney having that for
Yeah.
50 years and a long time.
It's more me just like kind of like reporting on it. Like they've had it since 1976. They didn't fight for it. It's just saying what happened. They didn't fight for it.
Now they're moving on. They're moving on. So as we wrap up the episode here, we had a few things we wanted to continue to talk about. Last week we talked about some film score from the Odyssey, and we thought, hey, why don't we give our audience some film score recs for the week? And
Yeah.
Tony, why don't you kick us off on your first film score rec?
We wanted to do something fun for the end of the year. This is our last episode for the year, and we just kind of wanted to see what some people gravitated to that told us that they enjoyed. Yeah, I'm excited to get a good film score rec going for both of us, and I'm excited to listen to yours, and I'm sure you're excited to listen to mine, and for our listeners as well. For our last film score rec of the year, I wanted to throw this on. Simon Franklin has been heavily in my rotation for a good part of this last year, especially after our recording of Way of Water. And that is the film that my film score rec comes from. So the track that I'm talking about right now is going to be called Payakan by Simon Franklin from Avatar: The Way of Water 2022. The score for Way of Water has been heavy in my rotation lately. Like I said, Franklin pulled from his experience working on the Disney World park for the scoring for that ride. This track in particular has some very emotional beats for me. You can hear elements of James Horner's Titanic score. Specifically in this track with the synth beat, and when your ear picks it up, it gets really emotional because right whenever the ghost ship turns into Titanic at Southampton. Well, I'm so excited for you to go back and listen to this so you can pick up on it. Yeah, it's where you see everybody arriving to the ship in Titanic that this score reminds me of. And this part of the film in The Way of Water is very beautiful. It just layers everything so perfectly. And I just recently started listening to this one heavily over and over and over again. Now that I've told you all that, I'm excited for you to go listen to it.
I'm really excited too. I feel like that score I haven't really listened to since I saw it in theaters, but I'm really excited to go back and listen to it. I love the way you described it. I'm sure it's going to be emotional for me in that sense. And yeah, I love always getting your film score recs. You know, we send them to each other. We send them to each other all the time.
I'm more like the emotional part for me is James Horner. I wanted to tie something to him, but through a composer that is working right now. Fun fact, the Titanic score was like the first thing that I learned on piano.
I love that. I love it.
Yeah. What about
So
you?
that brings me to my rec of the week, and that is Road to Perdition by Thomas Newman, coming from Road to Perdition. The film came out in 2002. This is a score, this like theme. I had this CD of this in like 2003. I saw this movie when I was like 10 years old, and I probably shouldn't have watched it when I was 10 years. It's like a gangster movie.
Hey, that's
But
okay.
I don't know. I listened to this. I think I've sent you this track actually. Listened to this score all the time. I think it's fantastic. I think it's one of my favorite film scores of all time. The entire thing. I don't. It makes me very emotional because it's just so just beautiful to me. And Thomas Newman is very piano based, which is I think he is doing the next Star Wars Starfighter. I think he's
Yeah.
doing that. Interesting to have someone a piano based doing like a Star Wars, very John Williams type of vibe. But
Mm-hmm.
I think Thomas Newman's one of the most underrated artists working in the film score area. And yeah, I love this score a lot, and it brings out a lot of me, and I get really happy listening to it. I'm excited for you to listen to it again.
Dude, I love the way you talked about yours. What the heck?
We both killed it. We both killed it. So another thing we wanted to mention to all our listeners is the things we're looking forward to in the new year, especially with this podcast. And I think for me, going into this new year, we're creating a new direction. I think the pod is going to be going with these weekly news episodes that we've been doing. I think it's some of the best thing I've done in a long time. And getting to do them with my best friend means a lot to me. And having him here every week with me to discuss all the film news, discuss everything, it really, truly, truly means a lot to always have him here. And we're going to keep doing that in the new year. We might have episodes where it's strictly around Oscars or stuff we're looking forward to, or maybe we interview some directors, actors, and trying to go to some festivals. But yeah, I think there's big things coming. There's big things coming.
I'm
He's laughing right
laughing.
now because I
I'm
think I said
sorry.
everything. I
I'm
think I said everything
sorry.
that he said he's gonna say. Tony,
Yeah, no,
what
it's
are you gonna
crazy
say?
to have the same goals as somebody else. Yeah, I would say that we have created something really fun here for the both of us. My goals for next year aren't just like based for me. They're not things that I'm thinking about individually. Yeah, I want to go and cover a film fest together. Go
Hmm.
visit our friends and interview
Hmm.
podcasters and filmmakers, talent, just kind of chase this dream of being in a creative space. And who the fuck knows, making it a full-time thing. Or,
Hmm.
this is just something that we do while we both, chase our dream of finding that one job that just makes us want to really get out of bed and pursue something. For me, have you thought about your New Year's resolution yet?
Not fully yet, but
That's okay. That's
I want to hear
okay.
yours. I want to hear yours.
Mine's more like a goal. It's just like I think this next year I'm really gonna allow myself to see like all the potential like in myself and
Hmm.
chase that dream role of like working for a director or an agent like as an assistant. Like
Hmm.
literally the smallest role ever and just start from there.
Hmm.
And we'll see what happens. So stay tuned.
It's a it's a beautiful thing. It's a great resolution.
Yeah, since this is our final episode for the year and we're gonna be taking a break for the holiday, I was just gonna say the best part of my year was meeting you and this amazing friendship that we have made all over film. Film brings people together. I think that of all the stuff that has happened within the year, whether it's movies or news or losing filmmakers or anything like that, I think that we both got to show each other this year that community can be just between two people or a bunch of people, and no matter what's going to happen to the industry, at least we really enjoy watching films together.
It's true. True, man. You got me tearing up over here. You got me tearing up over here. Meeting you and doing all of this year, and it's been a lot this year. A lot of things have happened, and meeting you and building that friendship and love of film and seeing where this is all going to go for the both of us. It means a lot, and you doing this with me, and it truly, truly means a lot.
I'll do it with you till I don't know, one of us is one of
Until
us
the
is
internet,
dead.
until the internet no longer exists.
Until the internet combusts. Love films, bringing people together.
They do. So we're gonna close this episode
Mm-hmm.
with our one last recommendation for the
Yeah.
year. what do you got? What do you got for our listeners?
So mine isn't going to be as rooted in like the year or anything like that. It's more recent. It's Noah Baumbach's Jay Kelly. I wanted to find something that our listeners could go stream like immediately after
Yeah.
this episode. You can stream it on Netflix right now. Noah Baumbach's Jay Kelly. It's gotten a little bit of a awards buzz, as not as much as it was anticipated. What I really enjoyed from it was Laura Dern's work in it. Adam Sandler is great in it, and you'll see it instantly. It's like it's 50-50 for people right now. I've seen people talk shit about it. I mean, I say talk shit like I've seen them review it poorly and like kind
Say
of like,
overrated.
yeah,
Overrated,
saying it's a little bit overrated, but what I wanted to recommend it for was for you because I know you're a big cinema guy. It becomes very clear what this film is about for the last like 10 minutes of the film. Once I saw it, dude, I was a fucking wreck.
Yeah. No, I've been telling you that I really wanted to see it, and you're like, we need to watch this. And
No, we do, man.
I did see the one clip of, I think Clooney during an interview was talking about how, I think in the theater when they started playing his older movies, he did not realize that it was going to be his actual films that he worked on and like he actually made, and it said it made him really emotional and really hit him hard. And yeah, I'm really excited to see that because I hope there's a damn Michael Clayton clip in there. There fucking better be.
I'm not going to be watching the film with you whenever we watch that. I'm going to be watching you watch
Staring
that
at me.
film.
Watch
Yeah. You have no idea. It's like, it's so important to me, man. What's yours?
So I went the opposite. I don't know if this is streaming anywhere. You might have to buy the Criterion.
True platform.
It is. I chose A Face in the Crowd from 1957, coming from Elia Kazan. I think this is one of the greatest movies ever made, one of the most important films ever made about America. When you watch it, you will realize, oh, this actually is America. This is exactly who it is. I know my boy Spike Lee is a huge fan of this film. He always shows it every year at NYU. Whenever he comes on TCM, he's geared up to show you Face in the Crowd.
He does the intro for it?
Like usually it's like the guest programmer, he'll come on and he always does Ace in the Hole and A Face in the Crowd. And I thought about putting Ace in the Hole on here.
I love
Two
that.
incredible American films. And I will say it's about someone that's already in there, is where I will leave it. It's an incredible film. It bombed when it came out, but I highly, highly, highly recommend A Face in the Crowd. It is a masterpiece. And with that, that brings us to the end of this weekly news. This is our last episode of the year. I want to thank everyone listening over the past few years to this podcast. It truly means a lot. And Tony, any final thoughts on the year as we close this out?
See you in 2026, guys. Have a great rest of the year. And thank you so much for believing in me and Pat and watching us chase our dreams. And we'll see you soon.
We love you. We love you all. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
This podcast is hosted and edited by Pat Brennan. That's me, with intro and closing music by Patrick Baxter.